Hello viewers, so we have this question under kinematics. It says a ball is dropped from a tall building. Find the following for the ball's motion. A, its acceleration, the distance it falls in 2 seconds, its velocity after falling 15 meters, and the time it takes to fall 0.5 meters. Then the last part is saying the time it takes to reach a velocity of the 9.4 meters per second. So let's go ahead and see what is happening here. We have a building like this. So this is the building and this is the ground. Then we have a ball that is on top of the building there, and then it drops down up to the ground level here. So they're telling us to say we need to find its acceleration. Now, the acceleration the ball is going to use as it drops down is just acceleration due to gravity. Since here we're talking about free fall, so the acceleration we're using here is acceleration due to gravity. And in this case, this acceleration due to gravity is positive because we are following gravity. So in this case, the first answer that we have for A, option A, our acceleration without doing any mathematics is just 9.8. And this is given in the units of meters per square second. So the key here is to know if the acceleration due to gravity is positive or negative. In this case, as it is dropping down, it's following gravity. So that's a positive acceleration due to gravity. Then B is saying the distance it falls in 2 seconds. We have acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8 meters per second squared, and we have time given to be 2 seconds. So this is the information we need to use to calculate the distance it will fall for 2 seconds. So we're using acceleration is 9.8, and then our time we're given is 2 seconds. Which formula can we use to find distance given the two information there? So the formula we need is the distance is equal to ut, where the u is initial velocity, t is time added to half gt squared, where g is acceleration due to gravity and t is still time. So this is giving us our initial velocity. Remember, this is dropping from the top there. So as it is dropping, the velocity before it started moving is 0. So its initial velocity is 0 here. So the initial velocity we are putting there is basically 0. So we're going to have 0 multiplied by 2 seconds. And this is being added to 1 over 2. That is multiplying by 9.8, and that 9.8 is multiplying by 2 squared, like that. What we're getting here is we're going to have 1/2 multiplied by 9.8, and then 2 squared is 4, like that. And when we do our mathematics here, we're going to find that our distance that will be traveled in 2 seconds is 19.6. So we have 19.6 meters. So it would have covered a distance of 19.6 meters from the top, as it covers a time of 2 seconds. So that's our answer for B, 19.6. All right, so let's look at C. So C is saying its velocity after falling 15 meters. So we're looking for the velocity after the ball has fallen or used a distance of 15 meters coming down. So let's look at that and solve it. Which formula do we need here? The formula we need here is v squared is equal to u squared added to 2gs, where the g is acceleration due to gravity, the s is the distance or displacement in this case. So yeah, our v squared in this case will be equal to, our initial is still 0, so we have 0 squared, that is going to be added to 2 multiplied by 9.8, which is acceleration due to gravity, and the distance we're talking about here is 15 meters, so multiplied by 15. our v squared will be equal to what we get when we do mathematics there is we're getting a 294. So this is in the units of meters per second. And in this case, our V will be equal to the square root of 294 meters per second. And our V will be equal to the square root of 294, according to my calculator here, is giving me 17.15. And this is in the units of meters per second. So this is our velocity rounded off to 2 decimal places, 17.15 meters per second. We go to D. D is saying the time it takes to fall 25 meters. So in this case, we are looking for time, the time that it will take to fall 25 meters. Which formula is suitable for this one? So the formula suitable for this one, again, will still be, we are talking about distance. We need a formula that has got distance in it. And the suitable one is S is equal to UT added to half GT squared, like this. We have distance here, at least we have distance, and we also have acceleration due to gravity. We also have time here, since we are looking for the time it will take. So we need something that has got time and also has distance and also has the acceleration due to gravity. All right, so let's go ahead and replace. So this will be equal to the initial velocity is still 0 multiplied by t. This will just give us a 0, and this will be added to half gt squared. So what we have here is this is just equal to 1/2. Then we have gt squared. This is our s here, and that's our s there. So what we'll have here is this will be equal to, we're going to replace, or rather to make it easier for us, let's make t the subject of the formula. So we cross multiply, we're going to have 2s is equal to gt squared. And in this case, we'll find that our t squared will be equal to 2s divided by g, and then taking this on the other side, our t will just be equal to the square root of 2s, that is divided by g. So all we have to do is now replace. This will be equal to the square root of 2 multiplied by the distance we're given is 25 meters, and then this will be divided by acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8 in this case. All we have to do is do our mathematics, and when we do our mathematics here, the answer we are finding is, I'll write it on this side here. The answer we are finding is the time it will take, according to my calculator here, is 2.26. Yes, so 2.26 seconds is the time it will take to cover a distance of 25 meters from the top. Yes. So that's it. And then we go to the last one, that is saying the time it takes to reach a velocity of 29.4 meters per second. So for this one, the formula we need is, we can use this simple formula, which is just V is equal to U plus 80. Remember, we are looking for time it will take to acquire a certain velocity, which is 29.4 meters per second. Our initial velocity is still 0. Our acceleration due to gravity is still 9.8. So in this case, let's put this as gt. And then replacing here, what we have is our final velocity is 29.4. And this would be equal to 0, that is added to 9.8 multiplied by t. This is just giving us 29.4, that is equal to 9.8 t. When we divide by 9.8, 9.8 here and 9.8 there. Our t will be equal to 3 seconds. So the time it will take to reach a velocity of 29.4 meters per second is 3 seconds. So this is it for this question. If you found the video to be helpful, subscribe to our channel, share, and also like, comment, so that we can make more videos like this.